Do you frequently wonder, why am I broke all the time? You need money right now, so forget about saving for the future. Recognizing the root causes of your financial difficulties is the first step toward resolving them. You can influence some, but not others. In today's video, we'll go through 5 common explanations for financial hardship. Understanding them will help you find solutions. If you want to learn about the inner workings of the financial and economic world, then subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It'd be very appreciated if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. As an added precaution, please enable the bell for notifications so that you won't miss any of our essential and illuminating videos. People often think that they may improve their financial situation by trying out new activities or careers, or by working longer and harder. This, however, was something I discovered during my first internship in the business world. Despite having far less experience than the sales staff at your organization, my mentor, who's worked in the field for over 20 years, wasn't able to earn more money than they did. Rather than asking, "Isn't it right?" So I have to wonder, if my guide has more years of experience than the salesperson who made me an offer, why shouldn't he be paid more? At the very conclusion of my internship, I had a chance to have a farewell dinner with the company's CEO. He was quite helpful by sharing this information with me. In jest, he explained, "Your mentor's inability to sell himself successfully was the root cause of his slow revenue growth." Only after some time had passed did I begin to grasp what he was getting at. One's ability to promote themselves effectively is directly related to their financial success. Hard talents will land you a job, but soft skills will earn your promotions and pay increases, regardless of your field. Stop thinking in terms of getting more hours in at your current job or finding a new one. Here are the top 5 confirmed reasons why you're poor, among many others. You make the big mistakes. Ignore the remainder of the points on this list. To solve your financial issues, the most crucial thing you can do is to make sure you don't do the big blunders. B. You don't have a budget. 66% of Americans don't budget, which helps explain why we suck with money. The most basic budget might serve as a useful tool in directing your expenditures. The 50-20-30 rule is a good place to start if you don't know where to get started. Spend half of your monthly net income on necessities like food, transportation, and utilities. Put 20% away in savings or toward reducing debt. You get 30%. Don't forget that this is calculated in relation to your net income. Avoid basing your monthly expenses and savings goals on your gross earnings, unless you want to be dismayed when taxes are withheld and you realize you're still having trouble making ends meet. In my opinion, you're ignoring your financial issues. Regarding this idea, I have nothing but praise. Stress, strained relationships, worry, and despair are all possible outcomes of financial difficulties. Inadequate planning may have led to your current predicament, but failing to seek out the assistance you need to deal with it head-on will only make matters worse. Do you really believe that you need cash right this minute? Just keep putting off dealing with your financial woes and see where you are in a year. Never be too proud to ask for assistance. Learn as much as you can about the subject. One of the greatest feelings of relief is realizing that you've taken the first step toward a better future. G. You have too much fun socializing to be responsible. Those in this situation can benefit greatly from the 50-20-30 rule, since their spending habits more closely resemble 50-0-60, with a focus on spending all of their income on necessities while saving nothing and racking up debt on their extras. It makes no difference if you spend your money on entertainment like going out to eat, shopping, or even playing the lottery. To get to the bottom of our excessive spending, it'll take discipline and a change in our way of life. The future is a foreign concept to you. You're broke because you can't fathom what comes after today. That's the 80-20 reason. This fundamental issue underlies the inability to save money or make significant purchases. The inability to envision anything more than an immediate payoff keeps the impoverished stuck in their circumstances. You can better prepare for the future the more you think about it. Studies have found that people who use languages that encourage an emotional distancing from the concept of the future are more likely to be in debt, overweight, and smokers. This is likely because an inability to prepare for the future is a major predictor of your likelihood of remaining poor. Since time is itself a concept, there's no straightforward answer to this. The best that can be done is to alleviate the patient's suffering. As with the majority of medical interventions, this will raise the quality of life for the patient. You think you deserve better. People in low-income situations are always insisting that they deserve more. They prefer to put off earning it and instead use credit or a loan to acquire it. Naturally, every lender is aware of this, and they nonetheless give loans to people who shouldn't qualify for them. Twice I've seen my cousin receive a car through one of those everyone is approved places, and both times he couldn't afford it. It's not the vehicle dealership's responsibility if they lend to folks who can't pay back the loan. That's just business. What I'm getting at is that many people remain impoverished as a direct result of their own ignorance, and the world makes no effort to discourage such behavior. Both times he took out a loan, he ended himself in default and losing his car to a repossession. There's no shame in thinking you deserve some good fortune. The issue arises when you avoid putting in the necessary effort and instead rely on quick fixes. Not only does this approach never yield desirable results, but it also prevents you from acquiring marketable talents. You're just going to pout, get envious, spend above your means, or even break the law to get what you think you deserve. Ironically, you want to avoid suffering. People who are broke always do the bare minimum to keep themselves from getting out of the red. I don't mean this in the sense that they put in just the right number of hours each week to cover their expenses. To the contrary, I mean that the main reason why poor people remain poor is that they expect life to be simple. They won't bother if it's too much trouble. Tough tasks by their very nature are unpleasant. The only way to improve your situation in life is to finish them. In the end, you'll feel pain no matter what you do. It makes me think of a buddy of mine who, in an effort to strengthen out his life, said he was considering signing up for military service in a similar fashion to me. Because he didn't do it, he now lacks both the necessary abilities and the motivation to succeed in life. On the whole, I didn't like college so much, but I detested basic training. It wasn't the strenuous workout so much as the uncomfortable confinement and routine boredom. Wherever else but there was where I wanted to be. On the other hand, I sensed, or thought, that this would be beneficial to me in the long run. The 10 weeks of basic training I had to go through transformed my life and put me in the position I am in now. With the hope that it would open up more doors, I persevered through my physics classes and boxing workouts. When I went through it, it prepared me for this moment. Preventing present pain almost usually leads to future suffering. The poor never seem to get it. You spend too much time doing useless things. Time alone allows you to reassess your priorities and refresh your mind. However, there is a distinction to be made between all that and being a true couch potato. Consider this statistic from Business Insider featured author Thomas Corley. 77% of those who are having financial difficulties are spending an hour or more per day watching TV. Also, 74% are spending an hour or more online every day. Spending 2 or more hours a day doing nothing productive is a common occurrence. On the other hand, those who are well off often devote their time and energy to endeavors that help others, such as volunteering, taking on additional employment, or following a long-held goal that may one day yield financial benefits. I'm hoping you've learned something from this video and are motivated to work on improving. Your financial health should be a priority. Okay, I'm done for the time being, but I'll be back. Feel free to make comments and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. As a result, we'll be able to improve our services and better meet your needs. Okay, see you all again soon.